Good morning from the Carrollton VFW Fairgrounds, where the West Georgia Amateur Radio Society is going to have a work day, but also we're going to launch a Pico balloon. And here we got Brian, WX4BK, with the payload of the Pico balloon.
There's our little gizmo right here. These two spools are the dipole antenna for 20 meters that are wound up on it. We'll, of course, take them off the spools before we launch. One half of this dipole antenna will attach to the base of the balloon. The other half will dangle underneath it. And so it'll be sort of hanging underneath a balloon like that. Solar panels will allow it to transmit about every 2 minutes. No, 2 minutes, I'm sorry, at 12 minutes and 14 minutes, I believe it'll transmit. And then we've got any receiving stations will report it on something called the Whisper network. And we will then take the Whisper data and move it over to APRS so it can be monitored at 2 different sites. Everything's got to be precise because it's so light, and that's where Blake and I are having a good time right now.
We're a little stressed.
Little stressed getting it right. If you're off by 1 gram on lift on this thing, one way or the other, of course, if it's a gram low, it might still fly, but it's going to fly low. You get too much lift, it may go too high, and the balloon will burst.
So your hopes are for it to go to
40, anywhere from this model of balloon is very specific, and we're hoping for 43 to 45,000 feet, anywhere in that window. And this is a better option than what we were using the first time. The first time we used a Mylar party balloon, and that was lower. That was like 23,000 feet or something like that. And what you run into there is you can hit storms. So this one will float higher and hopefully get above at least a lot of storms. Something really severe might be taller, it could hit it, but we can stay above most storms.
That's awesome. So we do have some predictions for today, I think. Blake ran some predictions.
Yes, we do. And we're in the middle of winter here, or it's getting to be, and so the jet stream is really strong. That's why you want to pick when you launch a Pico balloon. You don't want to do it in the dead of summer, or it's going to do lazy little loops and not really go anywhere. Jet stream goes east. The winds can be 100 miles per hour. Today's prediction, I saw we can predict up to 180 hours ahead. And in 180 hours, if we launched right now, it was going to go all through Europe, Asia, past Japan, and be in the North Pacific Ocean on its way back to California.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? That's awesome.
So our next step is to inflate the balloon. Well, we're gonna put the payload together, hang the payload off the balloon, and then the objects to put some weights on it that will be 8 grams, because we want 8 grams of lift on top of the lift for the payload. And then we're going to fill the balloon until it becomes neutrally buoyant. Essentially we should be able to take the 8 gram weights and walk around with the balloon, let go, and it'll just hang there. And that's where we just discovered that my batteries are dead in my scale. So we're going to get fresh batteries in the scale.
Thank God there's a Dollar General on every corner.
They got that right. We're in Georgia. Waffle Houses and Dollar General. They're everywhere. So,
all right.
And I should point out, this is an interesting part of the balloon. Because it's not a Mylar party balloon, it's in here. I can't pull it out, but it would look like a big clear plastic bag. It's actually what we call a super pressure balloon. And this is a heat sealing iron. We're going to plug this in and get about 400 degrees and press it onto the neck and actually melt that plastic together to form to seal the hydrogen in there. It'll be what they call a super pressure balloon. As it goes up, it experiences more pressure, but it'll handle that pressure, and hopefully not. That's where the risk would be. If we got it wrong, it could burst, but if it floats where we want it, it'll handle that pressure, and it basically won't leak until it's gone a very long distance, and then it'll eventually fail. But it's a super pressure balloon.
So if if there's not a storm or anything like that, about the only thing that would bring this thing down would be the sun wearing the balloon out or the seal
The eventual
failing.
degradation. If I do the seal right, yeah, the seal won't be a problem. That could be a potential problem if you don't do that right. But it'll be the eventual degradation of the balloon because of the sun.
That's awesome. And we're filling the balloon with
Hydrogen. So I am not allowed to smoke my cigar in here.
So that's interesting physics there. That's actually better for us because hydrogen, you get more lift for less volume. So compared to helium. So if we used helium, there would be more pressure to get the lift that we want. So we're keeping the pressure less inside the balloon. So
okay.
Less stress on it.
Well, one last question, and I'll let y'all get to it. But what's the call sign that people can track this with on aprs.fi?
It'll be W4FWD. That's Whiskey 4, Whiskey Foxtrot Delta -1.
Foxtrot Whiskey Delta. Whiskey 4, Foxtrot Whiskey Delta -1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
All right,
sorry,
Val.
folks.
All right, that's awesome.
There's the balloon.
All right, we are back. We're not quite ready to launch, but Blake is taking the balloon out of the packaging, and this is a odd balloon for those of you that have done the weather balloon launches. This is a very different animal.
We will need this later to put over the neck
Okay.
when we.
You want to keep it over there, or you want me to put it in with the payload?
Put it on that shelf.
Listen to the woman.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She does not let us down. Do we need these pieces of tape?
I don't think we're going to need it.
Now it's real.
And do you have the painter's tape?
Huh? Well, this is what these are.
Oh, that is, okay. So I guess we'll need one piece of that, huh?
Yes. Here's the balloon. We need to get this out of here, but it needs to be within range.
Yep, got it.
This isn't big enough. See how wide this is. Here's the neck. Here's the neck. This isn't wide enough. What am I doing?
Do we move to the floor? That was plan B the whole time, so I guess we go to plan B.
So we are currently in
The boxes kind of need to be spread out.
undo the balloon, and
I didn't bring enough boxes. We need this to be bigger because this is
that's
like
a
seven and
that's
a
a big
half-
balloon.
7.5 feet
Yeah.
by like 3 or 3.5, something like that.
It's a little bit bigger than that party balloon we had.
Yes. And we're using hydrogen, and this thing is blimp shaped, so what could go wrong?
How wide does it need to be?
Um,
2 of these?
Yeah. Because it's like 3.5 feet wide, 7.5 feet long.
But we're going to fold it in half, so we don't necessarily need the entire length.
We don't need the full 7 something. But the 3 or 3.5 is going to be there. My first time really seeing this thing.
So that one is not as affected by the oils in your skin like the weather balloon are. The weather balloons are, I guess.
No, I've seen, I don't know, people don't really walk with these.
Because I know you're always very careful with the
And
regular.
there's different schools of thought on the weather balloons even. There's people who say, you don't really
I
need
gotcha.
to.
But we don't always throw caution to the wind, though. Our caution to the wind is using hydrogen.
That's right.
And Angie's directing traffic out here this morning.
Keeping us out of trouble.
That's right.
So,
All right.
unlike most events, they're listening to the the lady this morning.
Well, that way we can blame her if something goes
Okay,
wrong.
there's the neck. There's the neck. We might want to flip it. So this is down. It's twisted. I want to. Wow, this is big and bulky and sensitive and all kinds of fun things. All right, here's the neck.
Okay, we need to fold it over. You said fold it in half?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's spread it out. Bring it over to you.
Okay. Yeah. Where's my yep? Painter's tape.
And the cord for your heater will reach down there, I take it.
Well, no. We will pick this up and relocate it.
Once it's lifting,
Okay.
we'll be able to move it.
That should do it.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. So that, since you have it folded in half, that will make it so it doesn't expand the whole length by
Yeah.
putting the
Yeah, it's
painter's
not going
tape
to be
on
as
there.
big and
And,
awkward. to-
and we're not putting that much hydrogen in it, so it doesn't really need that much volume. So
It's going to be a little floppy, isn't it?
it's going to look
It's
like
going
a
to
wet
be
noodle.
incredibly floppy. You're not going to see, this isn't going to be blimp shaped. It's just going to,
Yeah, it looks pretty strange.
big plastic bag blown away.
Yeah, think a not much more than a dry cleaner's bag getting caught in the wind. It's just going to look like this floppy, big
Yeah.
plastic thing flopping around up there, so that the hydrogen has room to expand as it gets to altitude. You know, I'm sure at altitude it's going to be.
Oh, I got you.
pressurized.
I
Yes,
got you.
But,
Yeah.
but we don't want it to be pressurized down on the ground. The weather balloon was much more expandable. That's not really expandable material. So not like the weather balloon's latex is.
Okay.
Hydrogen. Where's the hydrogen?
Oh,
Near the door, like turn left, I think it's over
Ah.
there. There it is. I can use my call.
you got a match?
My cigar's out of the car. I got a lighter in my pocket. But frankly, just letting me move hydrogen.
This is
probably
true.
dangerous enough.
This from the man who burned up his grill. We now have him moving a hydrogen tank.
Just
I'm afraid. I am afraid. Okay.
I know we gotta hook this up, but I'm just trying to see the opening. What the heck?
Boom! Oh no.
Why is this? This is really hard to see. I'll get that once we get this all plugged. Once we. Okay, that should be. Huh.
Do I need to move it for?
Yeah, because there's the neck. Are we gonna lay it down or?
You tell me. You want the nozzle sitting near the corner of the box? Is that about right?
Yeah, and I don't know how.
Will the hose reach?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you'd be all right.
standing up.
Yeah.
I am. Ah. Here. Thank you.
So in the past, we've always used helium, but helium has gotten exceedingly expensive and also fairly hard to get. And then what we discovered is the National Weather Service is using hydrogen in their balloons. So we figured we might as well give it a try too. And we actually used hydrogen on our last weather balloon. And
Last two.
last two?
At least the last two. Uh-huh.
Before we start filling it up, do we want to punch the hole and put the cap down on it?
Okay.
Yes. Let me grab the punch here.
Oh, that's what the punch was for.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Do you want to use the squares?
That might be good.
Okay.
Will they reach the whole width of the neck?
Do they really have to? They're just, I mean, the
Because I
object
thought-
here is to reinforce where the line is going to go.
They don't need to be taped to each other.
I don't
thought
think
just
so,
one on
because,
each side where
Okay,
you go
okay.
through 'em.
well,
Yeah, it's fine.
although once we've done that, we're going to tie it. Oh,
Well,
okay.
no, we're gonna tie it through the hole.
Right, but that means it is going to wrap around the plastic a little bit. Well, it'll be sealed anyway. This will keep it from tearing loose.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
yeah. You're gonna put the caps on there. We're gonna put, and then it's gonna be sealed at points above there.
Okay, let me ask another question before you do that.
Okay.
Are you gonna fold the neck?
No.
Okay.
What, like you do with a
Yeah,
weather balloon?
Yeah,
No.
okay, because you can't, because then you can't inflate it. Okay.
Yeah, we can
Not
inflate
all
it.
my points are good.
Huh?
Not all the points.
No,
Are good.
we can still inflate it. We would have done that after. If we folded it, it would happen after. But no, we're not gonna fold it.
Okay.
I can't get this to come loose. It's wanting to tear. I think the low temperatures in here are.
The confidence level here is remarkable.
I had.
That's why they call us amateurs.
I had a thought about this tank too. We may need to lay it
Where does
down.
go? That's fine. Where does this go?
Where do you want to? I mean, just close to the base somewhere. It doesn't have to be precise, but
So that sticker that's going on there, I believe, is so he can punch a hole through it, and then that is what they'll use to attach the transmitter, the little thing we saw earlier.
Yeah, this is to reinforce it so the plastic doesn't tear under load. This Kapton tape will take an awful lot of abuse.
Capson,
Kapton.
Kapton tape.
Here.
You want Brian to adjust the pressure while you hold
yeah.
it? There you go. And that was a little bit of a jolt there.
Now, when do we want to like stop and check? Because
Well, we know the bag's got to lift itself up off the ground before
Good
we have
point.
to worry about it. So we're at least going to wait until it's lifting. Now, what I want you to do is to estimate when you think there's about 6 grams of lift.
wait, why am I feeling? Why am I?
It bent?
Huh?
It bent at the neck. Why are you feeling what?
Wind?
Oh, because it was bent at the neck, and so the helium was coming out the bottom. Yeah, don't let it go.
Oh, why match?
Yeah, the neck was bent when it started to lift, so it didn't. The helium didn't have
Whoa!
didn't have anywhere to go. Yeah, this valve's a little
Yeah, this isn't the way to be doing this.
Well, we have liftoff.
Yeah.
And go a little bit more.
The section closest to Brian isn't.
What?
The section closest to Brian isn't inflating any.
Well, no, it's folded in half. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna take the tape off. It's not gonna inflate evenly.
So you'll test it with the lift with the tape on there. And
Yeah.
Alrighty, now let's attach the payload and the scale. I'll be right back.
Why am I seeing stuff on it? This is scary stuff. Very scary stuff.
Well, here's the good news.
Uh-oh.
Only one of 2 things can happen. It can either work or
or
not.
not work.
mention the other things that can happen with the hydrogen.
Okay, it could not work badly.
It reminds me of there was a joke that someone was asking an army or a military explosive ordnance defusal guy, don't you get really stressed out and scared doing your job? And he said, not at all. He says, I either defuse a bomb or it's suddenly not my problem anymore.
So now a very thin line, very thin
Now you're gonna make sure this balloon doesn't float away.
light line is what's going to hold that payload to the balloon. And of course the balloon does have solar power, so it's going to charge up during the day and continue to transmit during the day, and then it'll go dark at night. But it won't be long at all after the sun hits it in the morning for the, I think that what are the supercapacitors in there? Supercapacitors to charge up, and they will run the transmitter, which the transmitter in this is on 20 meters, I believe, 20 meters whisper.
Yep.
So you can either track it on whisper, or you can, there's a translator Brian has set up for it to go to APRS.FI. So it'll look like it's, as long as there's some APRS in the area, it'll look like it's on APRS, but it's really not. The last attempt at one of these we did made it out over the Atlantic, and it made it out there in a hurry too, if I remember right. That thing was scooting along, but it got out over the Bermuda Triangle, and we feel like maybe it got abducted.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, you're doing it. Go ahead.
We're gonna.
Just make sure it doesn't fly away.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Do we?
I got it.
You got it?
We got too much left.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
This is the scary part.
Yeah. We got too much left, so we actually have to get some helium out. So
Hydrogen out.
Hydrogen out, sorry.
Yeah.
Give it a hug.
Let me hold this so that I'm not pinching that.
Alright, let's stop. See what it does. Still too much left.
Wow, isn't that amazing? There's not much gas in there.
Yeah, I guess I should.
I'm gonna cover my face so I don't breathe in hydrogen. Are we pushing any out?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Alright. Stand by one. Let me see what I got here. It's all gonna work, Blake, one way or the other.
Punch a hole in it.
Well, worst case, you can cut off the end of the neck where the tape is, and
I was gonna say, at this point,
What if
yeah,
you-
you can get the straw up in there, or can you detach? Actually, if we detach the hose from here,
Yeah.
I can squeeze the balloon and it'll force the helium out the hose.
Will it?
Or if you, what she's suggesting, and I agree with this too, if you
Take
can
this
get that,
off.
if you can, yeah, I don't,
You holding this?
Yep.
What if you just turned the balloon upside down?
we sort of tried that, but it looks like the neck is
See?
is sticking closed enough.
Oh.
The helium won't.
I can't believe we overcooked that so much. It's really.
We can,
We had a McDonald's straw.
yeah, we can try it. Hang on.
Yeah, here, let him give this a try, Blake, for you. There it goes.
You know if anything's happening? Okay, hang on. I'm actually hearing my voice change, so I think I may have.
Remember that's hydrogen, so you don't want to be hearing your voice too much. Should I let go?
I'm not gonna let it get past me. Yeah, go ahead. Woo! Still too much.
Holy Moses.
Wow,
Yeah.
that helium's some good stuff.
That neck's not coming open, so you can tell it's not letting anything out.
Yeah, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that straw. What's
Okay.
funny is every time we do this, I hear my voice change in my ears.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm experiencing any hydrogen.
Do you want me to get that off, Blake?
Yeah.
Y'all don't have a straw and a cup in your car, do you?
I think the edge of that's gonna be too sharp to, for us
This
to
is
fit
a
in there.
hard plastic straw with a smooth.
Oh, okay. I just
Never
hate for you to.
ever things.
I just hate for you to take that off because you might have to fill it back up. Hey,
Okay,
yeah, what do you
the end
got
of
there?
This,
Huh?
Yeah,
this one's broken, so we wouldn't want to use it, but
but the one end might go up in there far enough to.
If you want to swap, I'll do that if you want me to do it. Looks like you're
Huh?
a little uncomfortable.
Sharp
there's
objects in me.
another one of those things beside Blake.
Oh, I can't.
Is there another like a tube beside you? Yeah. What about that, Blake?
It's,
Cut the end of it off?
You tell me, boss man.
what? Oh,
I mean, that's
we can use
that's
that or not?
safer, I think. 'Cause
what?
I would
This?
say no, the other straw.
His.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna shut down here, and we'll tune back in when we get this lift adjusted on this balloon.
This is crazy. Where's the top seam?
Okay, we are back
You don't want to go above.
after an extended period of time
It looks like there's a seam.
to get the proper buoyancy on the balloon.
So as long as I'm on like.
And
the-
now-
like
The last step, really, before we launch, is to seal, actually seal the lip of the balloon.
I'm gonna practice. Like, it said 3 to 5 seconds. Would you just like just? It said to do it like.
I can give you a good 5-second count. You just
But I mean, like this way. Like, would you just?
yeah, I would just lay it on its side like that. That's what they told you to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch your fingers. Like, I'm holding this. So I'm just gonna.
Let me know when you put it down.
Ready?
Yep. Up.
Can we look?
Yeah.
Is that sealed the whole way from?
It looks like it. I say do it 3 times.
Where do I
Move
like?
up about half an inch.
Ready?
Yep. Go. Okay.
Let's look.
So testing the iron to seal the balloon.
We're gonna go up again, like
Yeah, I would out right there. Oh, yeah.
right here.
Yep. Okay. All right. Now you got to iron the whole thing.
That's what they said.
I would. You probably don't need to iron down butt to the Kapton.
But like here,
Yep.
and then like, should I just like do this,
Yep.
like, huh?
Yep. That's what I do.
For like 5,
Yep.
and be firm.
Yep.
Ready?
Very, very firm. Yep. Okay. We're gonna do it one more time, believe it or not. Further up, about right here.
Like here.
Yep. Go. Okay. All right. I think we're done.
Does that look like?
That looks sealed up to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that seems.
Okay.
We did redundant lines.
Okay, so we got the balloon sealed.
Okay.
Now, should we shut the iron off before we head out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just turn the knob off, can't you? Is there an off?
No.
Okay.
So now we are prepared to take the payload outside and find a good launch spot.
Yep. You know what the winds are?
No. All right, so here we go.
And this radio I got is 400. You can cross band on it. But I lost the J pole.
All right, so here we go. Headed outside to
That's all the air you got put in?
find a spot. Find a spot to load the balloon. Hopefully there's not a lot of wind. Oh, there's a pretty good little breeze.
Alright, which way is it going? It's forward, northeast.
All right. Yeah, the wind's coming out of the east, which is not really in our favor.
I put it up on that telescopic pole I got from HRO. And doing fine.
Now we could, you guys, we could head out this
Let's
way.
get out away from the buildings. It could
Yeah.
be the buildings are creating strange.
Oh, look at that. There's some wind.
We've launched like this before.
All right, for those of you that are interested, the Pico balloon's getting ready to go up.
Remember that tape needs to come off.
It'll be on, you can look on APRSFI for W4FWD-1 and launching from the VFW Fairgrounds, where it feels like the wind's coming directly out of the south right now. But
Think it's gonna go that way?
I think so.
We're gonna have to go on the other side of those lines or go all the way over there.
Might want to go all the way over there.
Yeah.
WD-LQT.
Oh my goodness, the wind.
Woo! I hope we clear those lines. We will. That's far enough.
I think we did this right with the deck. It's sealed.
Yeah, the balloon has very
And I like that we went on the low end of the insulation.
small lift, so it's not like it's gonna
That'll be a lower out,
take right off like you
lower pressure.
let a bunch of helium balloons out of a box.
There. Really.
So we've got to be careful that we know it's going to head east when it hits
Yeah.
the jet stream. But right now the wind seems to be coming out of the south. And we got some power lines and such around, so we've got to be careful of those. Are you? You going to go all the way to the tree line?
Yeah, old pilot's axiom. There's nothing more useless than
the wind
sky
died off.
above you and runway in front behind you.
Okay.
The wind died off.
Yep.
The West Georgia Facebook site. Hopefully it is. I can't see it. Yeah, hopefully y'all can see this. I can't see. I can't even see the screen. So. Cam was on here earlier. I can't tell. I can't even see the screen.
Full deal.
All right.
We're going to need a little bit more time. We got to unravel the antenna.
Got to unravel the antenna, Brian says.
Let's do this, man.
Well, there's a lot more room out here than the last place we launched, I think.
Yeah. I think the wind just went nowhere.
It just died, yeah.
Let's go. Hurry. No. Right now.
So as you can see, there's probably not a lot of work getting done in the shack right now. Everybody,
Waiting on you.
waiting on me. You're backing up. And there's quite a bit of wire on that because it indeed is it's a full 20-meter dipole that hangs down off of the transmitter.
Ain't no wind out here.
So that just drags behind as a tail. So not only does the balloon have to clear the wires, but that tail has got to clear the wires.
Yeah.
Devil.
And there were some questions about waterproofing of the transmitter board. And I think we arrived at the conclusion that there is none.
There is none. No.
Nope, you count on getting above the rain. And pure rainwater, believe it or not, is not conductive.
Key word.
Pure.
Pure. Alright, this is the other leg of the antenna. These wires are very fine, so I'm having to now untangle little knots.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm being a little cautious, guys. I'm sorry about the delay. For this to work properly, I can only be wrong once. Or actually, I can't even be wrong once.
Yeah, and this is actually a pretty decent investment for the club to do something like this, because we don't get back, unlike the weather balloons. So the balloon itself was what, around $100 or $200?
These were both about the same thing. I think they're both about $140.
So about $280 to do a balloon launch. So thanks to the generosity of people in the club, we're able to do something like this.
You know, and hopefully you get a few weeks of fun out of this
Yes,
thing.
yeah, that's
You know, when we go check out the map and say, wow, it's over Asia right
Yeah.
now. That's kind of neat when,
Yeah.
you know, something I had my hands on is
oh yeah,
over Asia at the moment, you know.
and we're able to track it.
Don't get over North Korea, a little rocket man, they shoot
Having
down.
technical difficulties. Yep, no longer.
Okay.
What gauge?
We did not do this in the typical manner that this is normally done, so we're breaking some new ground here.
What
Not-
gauge
not-
wire would you say those antennas are, Brian?
Woo. I don't know. I'm thinking 30 maybe.
Wow.
Okay, which one's going to the balloon? I need some help here.
Yeah, and I want to know, like, I want to make sure I'm not
Our antennas are
grabbing
gotten
something that
tangled.
I'm not supposed to if I let go the right way.
Stay where you are. I'm sorry. Stay where you are.
Okay.
We got lines tangled.
You need some help over there?
I might. Not. We're good.
And I'll need guidance on letting it go so that I don't grab, because some of that's antenna coming up, right?
This is all antenna, yes. But the lines have gotten tangled, so.
See how limp that thing is? Told you it would look like a shopping bag in the wind.
Oh, I see one is a wire and, okay, cool. You need another hand?
No, I'm good. Thank you. We got too many. I'm already nervous enough with.
Yeah, I don't want to get that tangled up in your feet either.
That seal looks really good. I can see melted plastic from edge to edge.
That is some tiny wire.
That's good.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna double check real quick, make sure our antenna connections are still solid.
As the wind kicks out
Which
It
way is
ain't
it
blowing.
blowing?
It's not blowing that hard.
that way. See?
Good, as long as it's blowing that way.
Yeah, we're good. And our ascent rate will be like 212 feet per minute, I think.
Okay, I am looking for the LED to make sure it's lighting up before we fly, but it's not all that readily visible in daylight. There it is.
Yep, I see it.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it's
we're transmitting.
now. Okay.
Huh?
We're transmitting.
Tail.
How do we letting this go?
Believe it or not, as crazy as this is, you just let it all go, because if you hold on to the end, that balloon just wants to.
Yeah, we kept hitting the ground last
snap
time.
into the ground.
So we just say 1, 2, 3, boom.
Yep.
Ready?
Or 3, 2, 1.
Or
Well, you gotta take a little
And
slack out
do
of
we
your
do
line,
3,
don't
2,
you?
1, let go, or 3, 2, 1, we're letting go?
3, 2, 1, let go.
You sound
Okay.
like some of the
Ready?
movies I watch.
3, 2,
2,
1.
kidding me? Is it going up?
Yeah, it's ascending.
Oh boy.
It's gonna have to ascend higher though. Your wires are gonna catch the line.
That's not.
No, it's gonna make it.
All right, so we've got a
I
launch.
think it's gonna
Oh.
make it unless something happens.
Come on, buddy.
The other one looked just as scary as that, Blake.
That's terrifying.
It is. And I'm probably a little overconfident now because I don't know if it's going to clear those trees. I think we're okay
Well,
though.
the lines, I don't think it's gonna clear the trees.
We've got a launch.
I can see a little.
Is this one supposed to do
Transmitter.
better than the Mylar on the ascent rate?
You see the transmitter, but how long is the antenna?
So check it out on aprs.fi.
Getting higher.
W4FWD
Yeah, it's going up some.
-1. I think we've had a successful liftoff.
You see your little transmitter.